Everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Five of Pentacles and the Tarot deck. Um, in my my professional experience, I don't agree with the online readings for Five of Pentacles. It's giving very I don't know how to read astrology. I'm reading for Aquarius and I'm not calculating for the generational effect, the time variable, and etc. Five of Pentacles, because of its complication, it actually is a positive card. You have to remember, tarot is a holistic health model. So anytime somebody even has to write words like pessimism, that just, or they even start writing with the intention of not being clear, that also should tell you that there is some secrecies involved. So you have to understand Five of Pentacles as Leonic, as Venus, as Taurusinian. Five of Pentacles actually is a very good card. And I am a shadow reader. I'm born under a retrograde. So I already naturally know how to do shadow work organically. So Five of Pentacles as a tarot reader, this came up in my personal life, but in my professional world, I also wanted to just clarify the meaning of Five of Pentacles. Okay? If you have any Wendy, any Oya, any type of five, any variation, any variated, ancestry, Ori, energy, vibe, fives are a positive sign because you, as a Oya, as someone who works with a natural whip, understands the fluidity of variation. Okay? So level 5 of the Pentacles, right? 5 Pentacles, you have to understand, represents an acclimation point. The thing I like most, and I would arguably argue Five of Pentacles is a transgender sign. Not necessarily gender non-conforming, but it's definitely transitional. Because it's, if you will, hashtag the turning point, Five of Pentacles. That's kind of where we're at again, if you will. Because Five of Pentacles represents a point at which you are looking to achieve help. However, because you already have such a focused mind, you don't even really need the help. Are we there yet? We're gonna roll a blunt and smoke and drink some coffee, but does that make sense? Does that make sense? People suffer from depression and they don't understand how words can affect mental health. And I'm not gonna listen to some bullshit, hear myself try to analyze some shit, knowing that these readers and writers are suffering from clinical depression. Hashtag NAMI. Mental health awareness. It's also Taurus. Taurus May. That's the mental health awareness month. So when Taurus comes up in a reading, you always should remember mental health. It's not about pessimism, but about autonomy. Okay? And this is also a little French, a little Baclian in terms of ancestry. Okay, my horses. Okay, this is a little like galloping energy. You're not a knight, but you're able to sit back in the village, count your coins, and build diligently. And it's a comfortable diligence because if you need it, it's right there. I like to consider Five of Pentacles, if you will, the training wheels of Pentacles, because it's like you're riding a bike. You're kind of almost riding the bike, but you're not quite on the bike. So just in case you need a little support, you have your training wheels. You can lean to one side, lean to the other side, and you got your training wheels there. Okay? So we're cut at that 447, Baclian Ancestry Oyas in the building. But they're not really even Oyas. The gag is you have all Oyas there because Oya is she's the Orisha of variation, to a large degree. So there is some other, nuance to that, of course. So, but you have to remember, working with 5, working with pink, working with Leo, Venus, the warmer side of things, positive vibration, rose energy. You want to think more about the symbolic nature of diligence. When you're able to autonomically, okay, authenticize yourself through the care of self-determination. Okay? Kuji Chakalia. 5. Quantum. Okay? So, African ancestry, East, West, everybody, whippy, with some hair. And you have to remember, all Oyas have another Orisha because they are variated. So depending on their variation is usually where they are. But it's complicated. But we'll get to Ori conversations a little later. Right now, I'm just saying, y'all with the whips and the hair, y'all know what I'm talking about. 5, it's like you're on the prowl. Lion, the kittens know what I'm talking about. They're talking about, it's homelessness, lack of poverty, lack of money, lack of... No. We don't do those things, even in tarot, okay? We think through a lens of abundance, harm reduction, restorative justice. Even as tarot readers, I'm not going to allow you all to do that, okay? And you have to remember, just because somebody uses a whip, there is still this thing called formality. So this person could be with this person, but they're still going to have to open up the ashe a particular formulated way depending on their aunt. You know what I mean? So there's a lot more to it than just who you are as an individual. Okay, and what your individual contract says. Okay, so just remember that as well. 5 of Pentacles, dudes on crutches or whatever, leaning around, yipping around or whatever. You have to remember, we're animals. It's an animalistic sign. People are going to, I don't like to say attack, but people are going to, even in Haiti, people tried to help Haiti out, and they bomb rushed Haiti and fucked Haiti up. All because nobody could just bag the fuck up and let Haiti work it out. Everybody rushed in. Oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that. Wind up, buying up, taking up, owning. It's a hot mess. It's just a hot mess. None of it makes sense. Okay? So, you have to remember, people are still humans and still animals. There's still toxins, there's still viral, there's still health disparities. And on top of all that, you got civil, historical politics at play. Everybody wants to fucking dance. And if you're in my ancestral pool, we got generational curses. People digging up bones and shit. How disgusting. I mean, it's one thing to be afraid of the psych ward, but it's another thing, 5 of Pentacles, to have someone be that determined. That is the card in itself. You are that no. Fuck whatever. You keep going, because whatever the fuck you have in your brain that is telling you to work that diligently and that articulated to conjure whatever, that is a power and a gift in itself. Age of Aquarius. Fuck who, but that gave you the inspiration. That was the muse to this product, this result, this tool. Okay? You have to understand that basic principle, that it's about determination. If somebody is that determined to do some shit, then they should just do the shit, because there are so many people out here that don't have the motivation to do any fucking thing. Don't give a fuck, don't give a fuck, don't give a fuck. And here you go, giving a fuck. No. If it really means that much to you, you have to remember, people could be with their families, with their mothers, with their fathers, with their families, and yet they have the time to go out of their own way, their own day, to preserve energy, to combat, to correlate, to relate to your energy. No, that is spiritual work. It is 5 of energies. It goes strictly to religion, because that person doesn't know how to date or socialize. There is mental health when 5s are around. So having a rubric, oh, this should go, no, because it's mental health. You got an IEP you dealing with. How the fuck you supposed to have a lesson plan? So humans are still animal. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Not everybody's here. So to expect things to say, this person's going to do this, you can't, because there's always the unknown variable. There's always the animal variable. There's always the mental health variable. And you never know what somebody is capable of. You never know. You can assume, but 5 of Pentacles is going to teach you that it don't even matter, because the goal, the card, the game is not even about whatever it is in itself, but about what it creates within you. It's birthing an energy within you that can be used for. Okay. So yeah, this is a lot of fire, a lot of war. This is really war energy. We got a lot of mental health going on. And when you got people that are afraid of the psych ward, don't want to take their meds, this is how it's gonna go, because they all full of shit anyway. They on their way out anyway. When a human has to fight another human, they already dead. There's no point in fighting in the age of Aquarius or Pisces, to be honest. So when people have that energy, that oil, that titration, that chemical on them, it's already dead. There's no war. There's no fighting. There's no, and it's honestly, it's giving suicide. It's giving mental health. And that's real. Spiritual curses, hexes, witches, secret planned attacks, coups, military occupations, cults, conspiracy theorists, paranoia, and just commonality of human nature. Those are all variables in situations. So you have to understand that with this information, it's just something to think about. We like to call it food for thought. Okay. People are, even with my own multicultural, like 5 of Cups for me, because I'm so multicultural, it shows me the failures in other people. Well, where is this health disparity going to come from? What is this genetic marker going to come from? How is this Alzheimer variant going to show up? Things of that nature. It's so funny to me that, like, for example, 5 of Cups, your father's spirit passes away from toxins. You studied infectious diseases, right? Your father dies suddenly from toxins unknown, cardio, myopic, bacterial infection, like strep throat of the heart, basically. And then you're throwing shade and shots about somebody smelling funky. Do you know how racist that is? Like, girl, just because I'm Indian, girl? That's so fucked up. Shout out my musk, my Egyptian musk in the building. That's so fucking racist, girl. Now you know you have asthma. You can't even barely breathe. You might want to get some musk in you so you can actually permeate your lungs. All those fragrances and shit, that causes cancer. That causes lipomas. And what just happened? Coagulation. You gonna need to be funky so you can spit all that shit out your fucking body. Everything that look glittery ain't gold. I keep telling hoes that. Just because you look like you took a shower and you clean, don't mean you clean. You can smell clean, but the inside of your body is like a trash can. You can smell dirty, but the inside of your body is pristine. So, it's all about types. You have to remember that aggression, anger, this is World War II stuff. People did not have access to science, medicine, care, therapy. All they had was just kick that ass and kick it till you can't kick it no more. This is the first time in our population that we have just been able to even sit back and think about some shit. So it's not that it's adversity, it's that it's reflection. It's actually, you're good. You got enough energy on you where you can honestly just sit back and just keep it up and you push right through it. It won't matter. You know what I mean? So let people be people. And I already told y'all the older generation's on their way out. You know, millennials, we gonna be the only ones left. Because you can just see how they operate. I had saw this man just sat on the floor and worked. Just sat on the floor and worked, honey. So you have to understand that, you know, indentured servitude, work habits, queer desirabilities, you know, all of those things are possible. Some people don't know what a bathhouse is, and so they think going to the drugstore is like going to the bathhouse. You're not supposed to be having your pussy out at the dollar store. You're supposed to have your pussy out at the bathhouse, out at the dollar store. It's a time and place for everything. Some of y'all just need some etiquette training. Y'all very wild, giving Cardi vibes. Very wild. I need y'all to get a little bit more refined. French Army's in the building. You do it or you die. It's not a question. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I have full confidence in the French Army. If you don't speak French, if you don't know essentialism, what essentialism is, and who Sartre is, and French philosophy and stuff like that, this is stuff that you don't have to do. Most of this stuff is on autopilot also. Y'all have fuck you, fuck you, fuck you all in your soul. You just need some medical attention. And that's just the truth. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. It's not us, boo.